All right, Group A. This is your workshop number 4 for researching your topic and ASA formatting. The first video is specific to Group A, and then the rest of the videos in the sequence are going to be the same as Group B's were. So in terms of your assignment, that should be, 4A, list of sources there. So this will be a reference list of your 10 sources written in ASI style. You will not be including summaries or notes, just the citation. At the top of your source list, you should also include your revised research questions. So I'm keeping track of how you're doing that, how it's shaping up over time. So for you, this is due on Sunday, April 26th at 11:55 p.m. Keep in mind, this is one of those pass, half credit, fail assignments. So if you clearly disregard ASA formatting, you'll receive half credit for your assignment. Also, if the majority of your sources don't follow the guidelines, like if you find all the sources are too old, if they're not academic, if they're not sociological, you'll receive half credit. In terms of the way this works for qualitative research, you're not only looking for sources related to your topic, and you likely will. If you're studying immigrant families, you'll likely find some research about immigrant families. However, what you are really looking for is research that relates to your focused code, so that second stage of coding. So what you might be finding is that people are talking about their identities and what their identity means to them. Maybe people are talking about the idea of family as interaction, doing family, defining families differently. And so you want to consider that when you're searching for your research. Just what are your participants saying? Because you really need to craft a literature review section that is going to be a good starting off point for your what your participants are saying. How are your findings fitting into what we already know? So you want to kind of find out. You want to use both your topic, but also your general findings to see what else is out there. And you're going to be looking for academic research related to your topic, not like pop culture, not newspaper articles. So the appropriate sources here are going to be peer-reviewed journals or books published by a university press. You can definitely use the articles that we read in class. Any of those are all peer-reviewed. You can use the book Pressure Cooker that we're going to read. It's published by Oxford University Press. However, you cannot use the textbook. No textbook, because it's not original research. It's a compilation of other people's research. You can't use newspaper articles, Wikipedia, weblogs, or non-academic books. But what you can do if you take your textbook and say, you're studying something about work and family, you should look at the research that Chavatari looked at. Any of the citations that she's got in here in the textbook, she's got them in the bibliography, and I think I talk about that later in the video too. They're all listed here. And so some of the sources may be too old to fit into our last 10 years, but it's really worth looking if you're having trouble finding sources. So again, the goal of what you're doing now is to provide a context for your own research so you can build on what's come before. But it's tricky with qualitative research because you're looking both at your general topic, but also what you're already finding. Otherwise, we risk creating a whole argument and then realizing that our interviews go in a completely opposite direction, and so then your literature review has nothing to do with your findings. And that's why we're doing the literature review at this stage in the project. So now you should go on to part 2 of the video.